Welcome back, history enthusiasts. Today, we're embarking on an extraordinary journey to one of Egypt's most awe-inspiring and significant archaeological sites, the Karnak Temple Complex, known as the Sabeki City of 1,000 Temples. Karnak is one of the largest and most impressive religious complexes in the world. It's a place of incredible beauty, power, and history, designed to honor the gods and celebrate the might of the pharaohs. Karnak is an expansive wonder, built and expanded over 2,000 years. It's not just a structure. It's a living testament to the grandeur and power of ancient Egypt. Every stone, every column, every carving tells a story of gods, kings, and a civilization that once ruled the known world. From the majestic columns of the hypostyle hall to the towering obelisks that pierce the sky, Karnak stands as a symbol of Egypt's unparalleled artistic and architectural achievements. Located in Luxor, on the east bank of the Nile, the Karnak Temple Complex was primarily dedicated to Amun-Re, the supreme god of the Egyptian pantheon. However, over the centuries, the complex grew into a vast city of worship, honoring multiple deities. Some of Egypt's most famous pharaohs, from Thutmose I to Ramses II, contributed to its expansion, making Karnak a site of immense historical and spiritual significance. The history of Karnak stretches back over 4,000 years, making it one of the oldest religious sites in the world. Its development began around the Middle Kingdom of Egypt, around 2000 BCE, when a modest temple was constructed in honor of Amun. However, it was during the 18th dynasty, around 1500 BCE, that the first major building projects took place under the rule of Thutmose I, as Egypt's political and spiritual center shifted to Thebes. During the Middle Kingdom, Karnak became an increasingly important site. Thutmose I initiated the construction of large monumental structures at Karnak, and his successors continued this trend. It was Hatshepsut, the powerful female pharaoh, who built the obelisk of Hatshepsut, one of the tallest and most iconic structures at Karnak, which still stands proudly today. But it was Ramses II, the great builder pharaoh, who truly elevated Karnak to its peak. Known for his military conquests and monumental building projects, Ramses II added grand statues, reliefs, and even an additional hall to the complex. His reign marked the golden age of Karnak, making it a truly awe-inspiring and overwhelming sight. Many other kings and queens, including Seti I, Amenhotep III, and Ramses III, contributed to Karnak's construction, leaving behind their own marks, whether in the form of statues, inscriptions, or entire sections of the temple. This continuous expansion means that the temple complex reflects over 2,000 years of Egypt's history, making it a living archive of Egypt's past, with each pharaoh leaving a piece of their legacy. Let's talk about the most striking feature of Karnak: its architecture. The Hypostyle Hall is one of the largest and most impressive rooms in the entire ancient world, and it remains a symbol of Egyptian architectural brilliance. This hall, constructed by Seti I and Ramses II, contains 134 massive columns, some of which stand over 70 feet tall. The columns are so massive that it's almost impossible not to feel small when standing beneath them. These columns are not just structural elements, they are works of art. Covered in intricate hieroglyphics and reliefs, the columns tell the stories of the gods and the kings who ruled Egypt. Ramses the Icon left many of his deeds etched into these columns, commemorating his military victories and divine status. These carvings served both as religious declarations and as a way of immortalizing the king's achievements for eternity. The hall is divided into 18 rows of columns, with the central columns being the tallest, allowing natural light to filter through. The overall design creates a sense of awe and wonder, emphasizing the divine presence of Amun-Re. This massive hall designed to hold thousands of worshippers, would have been the setting for grand religious ceremonies, including those honoring the gods and pharaohs. Karnak is also famous for its obelisks, towering stone monuments that were erected to honor the gods and the pharaohs. These obelisks were carved from a single piece of stone, and many of them were covered in inscriptions that detailed the deeds of the kings who commissioned them. The most famous obelisk at Karnak is the obelisk of Hatshepsut, which still stands proudly today. Once one of the tallest obelisks in Egypt, it is a stunning example of the grandeur and power of this queen. Its imposing height and intricate carvings reflect the influence Hatshepsut had as one of the few female pharaohs in Egypt's history. Beyond the temples and the columns, Karnak is home to a sacred lake, a peaceful and tranquil body of water that played an important role in the temple's religious rituals. Priests would purify themselves in the lake before conducting sacred ceremonies. The lake is symbolic of the waters of creation, from which the world emerged in Egyptian mythology. It represents the beginning of all things, and its still waters served as a serene counterpoint to the grandeur of the temple. Now, let's delve deeper into the Hypostyle Hall, one of Karnak's most impressive and awe-inspiring features. This grand structure was designed to hold up to 10,000 people during religious ceremonies, making it one of the largest religious spaces in the ancient world. Imagine standing in the center of this vast hall, surrounded by towering columns that seem to touch the heavens. It was here that the most important rituals and offerings were made to Amun-Re. Priests would conduct daily rituals, offer prayers, and make sacrifices to honor the gods. These ceremonies were crucial in maintaining the balance of the cosmos and ensuring the prosperity of Egypt. The king, seen as a divine intermediary between the gods and the people, played a central role in these rituals. One of the most significant events in the religious calendar of Karnak was the Opet festival, an annual celebration that symbolized the renewal of the king's power and the fertility of the land. During this grand festival, the statues of the gods Amun, Mut, and Khonsu were paraded from Karnak to the Luxor temple, a journey that represented the divine renewal of Egypt's rulers. The Opet festival was not only a celebration of the gods, but also a reaffirmation of the king's role as the divine ruler, ensuring the land's prosperity. The procession was accompanied by music, dancing, and offerings, creating an atmosphere of divine presence and reverence. Today, Karnak stands as a symbol of Egypt's ancient glory. Although time and the ravages of history have taken their toll, much of the temple complex is still remarkably well preserved. Archaeologists and conservators continue to work tirelessly to preserve what remains, ensuring that future generations will be able to experience this incredible site. As one of the most visited archaeological sites in Egypt, Karnak continues to draw travelers, scholars, and history lovers alike. Its legacy endures, not only in the physical structures, but in the cultural and spiritual significance it continues to hold. Karnak Temple Complex is more than just a collection of impressive ruins. It is a living, breathing testament to the ancient Egyptian civilization. Over 2,000 years of history, religion, and art are etched into its stones, waiting to be discovered. If you ever find yourself in Egypt, this is a place that demands your awe and respect. Thanks for joining me on this incredible journey through Karnak. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment below with your thoughts or any questions you might have about this fascinating temple complex. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the wonders of our world.